So I should have a lot better sound now with the microphone. And that being said, so let me see if I can get this. I don't want to be in red, so don't want to be too quiet. Let me just see if I can get this set up a little bit better here. Don't want to be too quiet here. So let's see, that's probably gonna be okay. I don't want to lose too much volume here. So I think that'd be good. Let's see if I get loud. Okay, that should be good. So I got rid of the last microphone. Didn't really care for it. I didn't toss it out or anything, but so I'm gonna have hopefully a Islam warning. For some reason I didn't record it. I tried to screen share it, and then this Turning Point USA. So I should have better audio. I'm just kind of testing to see where I'm at. So it seems like I'm still in the green and I can talk kind of loud. So that's good. So a really important video. Again, I wish the audio. I mean, you can kind of hear. Do I'm gonna go to heaven anyway. It's kind of tinny or whatever, the tin sound. I had it farther away, and now I think this will sound a lot better. I'm hoping. So sorry about that. Vince Gill, yeah. So she was with Vince Gill. So I should have probably got rid of that microphone a little bit before, but so here we're gonna cover, the charity warning about charities. Um, they're bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, some people woke up to this scandal we have about how in Minneapolis they were getting all this money and it was going to fund Islamic terrorism. It says millions of dollars stolen in Minnesota taxpayer money from welfare frauds report, and then it was being sent out of the country. So here's like a different thing, but one thing you can see is a charity navigator. You see how much they make, and in this case, the Wounded Warrior Project, you can see how much people make. So you go down here, and then you go to accountability and finance, and then you go down here, key salary. So like how I got here, I went again charity navigator, then I went to accountability and finance tab under the rating report, and then after that I went to down here, and then you can see a thing about financial stuff, and then they have how much people make. So here's some of the people: 470,000, 348,000, 346,000, 336,000, 336,000, and those are just some of the top people. If you look at some other charities, we can see like just type in like top food starving charities or something like that. Trying to type over the microphone, so always spell that. You want to go to search instead of images there, and so you got Unicef or whatever. So let's just see some of these. Let's see. Okay, Feeding America, right? So if we look at Feeding America, I think most of us heard that. So go to Feeding America, then type in charity navigator. And why this all relates, because I did that one about the Shriners and how they always show that like on Fox News, like, oh, look at the Shriners, and I'd say watch out for them. And how this relates is because we saw that in the news how they were being scammed of some charity money and nonprofit money, and you're talking about even I guess billions of dollars, and it was being used to tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars to go out of the country and fund terrorism. Yeah, fund terrorism, and I don't trust these big charities. So Feeding America. So you think, okay, if you're trying to feed America, the starving people, that you wouldn't be making hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, but we'll see. What is it? It's almost $1 million. So this was in 2000, maybe 24. So it might be over a million. So almost $1 million. The CEO, treasurer 400 some thousand, officer of marketing 375,000, chief network officer 371. I mean, you can see charity after charity. So what you want to look for is, are these people making hundreds of thousands of dollars? That'd be, if it's like a food charity for starving people, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and all the employees are making all this money, I'd say don't donate to them. Another example, this is like the Salvation Army. So if we type in Salvation Army, I don't know if I'm gonna still see that queer ad. Let's just see if I can find it here. Let's see. Yeah, see, like I guess it's a new one, but I don't know if it's the same one. But LGBTQ, they're promoting it, so it's not like it's not like see, like this is supposed to be a Christian organization, and I'm glad this person made the video. And it's supposed to be against homosexuality. They're affirming it, meaning they're saying it's good and it's not. So then that's the example. Salvation Army. I did the Shriner video before, so that's another organization to avoid, and they get that just avoid them. But then all these charities making all this money, where's it really going? And we saw here it says that Somali terror group Al Shabaab taking cut of millions in stolen Minnesota. I believe Tim Waltz probably had to know about this. They thought as a governor, and they said even billions of dollars. They said maybe if we go up to here again, key questions about Minnesota fraud schemes and billions in losses. So we're talking about 18 billion about Medicaid services, and they had a bunch of COVID money supposedly, but in 2018 may have been stolen. So even before COVID, maybe this half or more of roughly 18 billion in federal funds to support 14 Minnesota-run programs since 2018. Oh, okay, so since 2018 may have been stolen. And we look at it, there's 18 billion in question, so that's a lot of money. So I'm just covering this because then now it's come out that some of this money has gone out and funding different countries Islamic terrorism, and that's why I kind of wanted this all connects. I was trying to upload if I could do that Islam warning. Hopefully I can record that, and I know it's a lot of videos at once, but you don't have to watch them all in one day.
The Salvation Army is widely known for their thrift stores, homeless shelters, and of course the bell ringers outside of storefronts during the holidays.
So like this is probably like a transgender that I'm thinking kind of looks like it. That was Salvation Army used to be against probably homosexuality and those things, and now so like this probably transgender is upset about it, and now you saw like that other video where Salvation Army is actually promoting that stuff now. You saw that one from 5 years ago, if I could see if it's still somewhere here. But I'll just type it in. So now, like 15 years ago, Salvation Army against it, and now 5 years ago for it. How times change. So back to this Qatar, U.S. affirmed defense security partnership during this. Now, remember, Qatar is more Islamic and those things, and they had Trump over there. Remember that Trump visits Qatar, and they kind of rolled out the red carpet for him to say. And let's see if I can skip this ad. Come on, ad. So you might have seen this video. Let's see if I got those women dancing and stuff when he comes in. Let's see. And I don't know if that's the same guy that he brought in for like a press conference in the United States. I guess it's just showing some of it. There was more videos here. I think they had like more women, like kind of, but like anyway, I guess you can just research and why this is a big deal. Because if you look at, there's supposed to be some bribes going on. If you go to this Qatar corruption scandal at the European Parliament, you think we'd learn 2014 to present, where there's a scandal involving European Parliament officials and lobbyists and their families being influenced by the governments of Qatar, Morocco, and I think that's extreme Muslim, and this other country, Mauritan, Islamic Republic. So you're wondering, like, people ask at work, like, well, how do these Islamic people get in here? And they're being bribed from these other countries. They could be with women, with money, stuff like that. And now Trump just went over there, and all of a sudden they got a deal now again with them, as you see. And then you see some of these charities going out, and then they have politicians too. And there is stuff where like money may be laundering through the politicians, possibly. Like there's some Islamic politicians or senators. And, this isn't a whole video. I can try to go on YouTube and maybe find a better one. So, like, part of this is, too, with these non-charity, non-profit. It's really profit. So, like, I think these is non-profit to see a lot of money laundering, right? And then other things too. Maybe even, um, how should I say this? Other things than, maybe they could be doing other things other than money through these organizations, like a front organization for other crimes and stuff like that, as you see. And so, I mean, you wonder how Muslim comes to countries, and it's through visiting them, making deals with them. They're not Christian. Muslims want to destroy the infidels. They want to either through conquest and killing them, or overpopulating them, or overtaking their country, and those kind of things. Five pillars. Wait, I didn't mean to say that maybe, but like, let's see if I can get this here. I don't know if this is gonna cover it or not. But so this is kind of a warning. I thought I wanted to do this because like over the years I was given to sometimes the charities, but like not in Islamic, but like there's a false religion here, and they're gonna try to a lot of these Muslim terrorists, they're against Christians and Jewish people. They want to see them killed. So like now that there's politicians and those things coming to America, it's really concerning. So, but these charities, like, I don't know, I haven't seen too much warnings, but even if it's supposed to be like a Christian charity, if they're bringing in tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, and you see like everybody, all the employees are making like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like, what's that? Even a Jewish, what's that one famous Jewish charity? Let's see. And I'm for the Jewish people, but it could be, like I said, a Christian charity or a Jewish charity that they can take advantage of that and take people's money and those things. It's hard to do searches these days. Jewish International something. So what's this? This might be it. So International Fellowship of Christian and Jews. I kind of found it. Another thing is like, you hate to say this, like make a simple gift of 300, 150, or like Crew is really bad. Like Crew would be asking, that's like supposed to be a campus crusade or something. Like hundreds, we need 200,000. We need $200,000, and then I'd get like a letter the next week or so, and the Crew, which was supposed to be a Christian organization, is asking for again 200 some $1,000 again. It's like, that's not good. So like I'm trying to just give you an example. Obviously I can't go through all these. So then here we go to Charity Navigator, International Fellowship of Christian and Jews, and then you can go again to see how much people make. And that woman that we just saw, Yale, I don't know how to say it, I think that's her, like $642,000. If we go back here, let's see if I can get it back up. She's kind of the face of it. So like, I don't know, it doesn't really say right there, but if you type in YouTube, so go here, and even the YouTube channel is really not that big. But here, like I said, that's her here. So it comes across, like kind of looking more plain and dressed or whatever. But this person's making 600 some thousand a year through this charity. So like another one I said is Crew. And just type in Crew. Again, Charity Navigator works pretty good. And they say, oh, we need this money for God's work, right? $200,000. And I can't believe the love of money and the love of money is the root of all evil, and some covered it after have erred from the faith. Now I'm just paraphrasing that, but I think it's the love of money. Crew not currently rated. It's hard to believe. Bringing in a lot of money. I'm thinking. Just let me try it. Crew. I could just put campus. So this is like a Christian campus crusade, and I asked someone, "How do you like it?" Because some people, "Oh, I like it," and he said they're greedy. So I don't know how he knew if they ask money when you go there, but campus crusade charity Charity Navigator. So I don't know. It's like you can't even find information on that. It's just kind of suspicious. Like the other ones you can kind of find how much they're making. This one I guess you can't even do it. But I mean, it's a crusade. Maybe because it's like campuses and stuff. It's harder to find how much is good. Revenue. I'm trying to type in a kind of over a microphone, but maybe you can find it here. But gotta download a PDF, I guess. I'm trying to read it a little faster. It seems like it might be kind of hidden a little bit, because considering that they're asking weekly for $200,000, 25 million maybe in assets, 63 million, 114 million in 2021. United States revenues. Oh, here it is, 667 million. They must have brought in. I mean, that's a lot of money here. I can only imagine how much these people are making here. Or maybe over 1 million, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, So what ends up happening is they just take this Christian organization, and unfortunately it's about money. Another one, in my opinion, is Compassion International. And I even saw like a affirming homosexuality from like the vice CEO, I think. National, and just do charity. One way they do it is like they show children either poor or starving, so they tug at your heart to get more money, I mean, not to say some of this money doesn't go to some local churches and stuff like that, but it's big business. And to call them nonprofit is not right. So we have to go yearly revenue. And again, so you really want to make sure like that the people in the company aren't making way more than they should, and 1.19 billion in 2023, over $1 billion. I mean, that's a lot of money. So again, some of this could be laundry money, and some of it could go to the people. Some of it could be lost supposedly, or laundered. But in this case, when I went to their LinkedIn page, like it was one of the top people. I think it was like the second CEO or something, like a vice CEO, like a vice, I don't know what they call it, vice president or vice CEO, and it's like a pro homosexual post, So there's not really like anything like the top people, it seems to me, are not going to be, doesn't seem like a lot of times they're Christians or anything, or if they are, they're very liberal, and all this money, they need more money. And it can even happen, unfortunately, to lesser big organizations where they want your will or something. They want to be in your will, or they want your estate, like where give us your house, So then maybe instead of the house going to the children or something, grandchildren, it's going to go to these nonprofit. Now, if a person wants to do that, there's their choice, but it just seems like sometimes a lot of these charities like pressure people into it, or like like the first thing is give 200, give 800, give 12, or whatever it goes. They'd be like, I think that'd be a thing to watch out for, if they're asking for $1,000, at one time, or if they say we need $200,000, otherwise the gospel's not coming. If they're always trying to get your estate, like your house when you die, I mean, it depends if you want to give to them or not. I mean, like I wouldn't, but I still give to some that are kind of on the fence, maybe like not like a really huge one. It's mostly like more of a local one. Not local here, but more of a like city one. But even then, it's like, sometimes I don't like those tactics, where, kind of asking for someone's house or something like that. But so I think I'm going to maybe in the next year give even less, probably just, I got like two organizations in mind, maybe. 3 maybe. I'm just trying to think. I gotta see this one too. I might as well just see how much they're making. Because I mean, it's like on one hand you want to give, but it's like I think this one's more of a Catholic one, so it's like that'd be one thing. Charity Navigator. They always get such good ratings, like, oh, 4 out of 4, like 95%, you know. Let's like see. So like 69 million, 74, and then key salary. It's probably gonna be a lot of money. I mean, this starts looks good. It's like, oh well, this one okay, 300, oh, less than 200, less than 200, 170. Oh, that looks pretty good. But even then, it's like starving children. It's like you don't need to make $200,000 when you're starving children. So I might just stop giving to this one too. And it's more Catholic or anything and stuff. And I want to see. Okay, you know, because it's like how much are they kind of? I'm always interested in how much they're bringing in. Sometimes you just can't find it really. But I feel like the smaller the better, you know. But I don't know how some can be like maybe avoid getting rated. Like you think if you're bringing in a lot of money, like tens of $1,000s, that you'd have to have it public somewhere. But maybe it's just not. So I mean, and that's about it. So just not to say some of these aren't good. Um, the ones I said do give to some of these, and just can't remember the last one of the name of the last one. But so just lead, I guess, where the Lord leads you. But do your research too. So especially with all this coming about this, you know, these really big ones, where they were laundering money from Minnesota to these Islamic. Sorry about that. Islamic, terrorists. So watch out.